Hey everybody, this is Kyle. Yeah, I did get some new merch. So I'm trying something a little different here. This is a clip from live stream with my friends Matthew and Eve, and we are checking out the Groove Project featuring Jordan Rudess. Now, before I mention my introduction for that, instead of sharing the song, video, whatever it is we're watching, I'll have a little of the introduction, cut out the actual music stuff, and cut to us talking just to try out a shorter format and see how this works and things. So to set up what we're talking about, this is a musical project featuring the keyboard player from Dream Theater. And Dream Theater is one of those bands, they're awesome, they're amazing musicians. It's just their music, I don't know, it doesn't pull me in or something. So it's interesting to hear one of the band members in a slightly different context. So here we are talking about this one.
And so my patron, Michael Hickman, shout out, wanted me to react to this, okay? He has a personal connection to the bass player for this project. It's called the Groove Project. This is a bass player that he's been working with for a number of years and developed a pretty good working relationship. And the cool thing is that this song features one of my personal heroes, Dream Theater keyboardist Jordan Rudess. And so I am extremely excited. I was even a little bit deceptive to Mikey. Sorry, Mikey. He wanted me to listen to it, and I was like thinking, I want to react to this. And then he's like, okay, react to it. So I told him I listened to it, but like I didn't. I had it muted, and I just like I let a little bit of the video play and watched like a minute, and then I was like, yeah, I got to hear this, man. This is going to be awesome. This is a live distance collaboration recording session with musicians from all over the world. And without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to the Groove Project, Into the Unknown, featuring Jordan Rudess. Here we go. I need to learn from you, that saxophone player there, dude. I need to learn from you, brother, man. Holy smokes, he's incredible. That whole band was awesome. I loved it. Genuine smiles the whole time, man. And I love jazz, especially when it grooves like that and so progressive and so funky. And awesome. What do you guys all think?
Yeah, it kind of, I don't know, definitely had this R&B sort of vibe going on that was, it was different. It was definitely very fusiony, with just because of the members of the band, and yeah, it was an interesting chord progression. It was very chill, laid back, but still, they had a good size sections where the the soloist would solo. I'm not sure if I like Jordan Rudess' solo though. It's
I love them, both of them.
I mean, I love Dream Theater, but I'm like, it's I don't know. I don't. It was mildly out of place. It was still good, but I mean, I'm not a piano player.
It was definitely composed. You could see on a couple of the angle shots on his tablet, he had full score for the piano written out for that entire song. Like, so what he was playing was composed. It was not
right.
The rest of the musicians may or may not have been doing some improvisation in their parts. May not have been exactly loops or whatever, cookie cutter sections, right? But Jordan and he wasn't doing cookie cutter sections. He pre-planned every single note that he played. Like every one of those runs was intended exactly where it was.
I'm sure it was. I was just.
You think it was just a little bit much for that style, like a little bit too notey?
I think it was a little too notey, or a little too shreddy. I mean, I like shreddy music and virtuosic music, but yeah, it was like the context was kind of like I don't know. I mean, I love like Mr. Bungle, and that's completely off the wall music, but supposed to be. In this context, it's like, I don't know. But yeah,
I felt like
my opinion.
I felt like it was a nice blend of like groovy jazz with like a little bit of attitude and some intensity. But I mean, you know, I'm ADD, so I like stuff like that. What do you think, Kyle?
The thing that got me right off the bat was the mix. When I heard the sax come in and the rest of the band, I was like, there's something missing. There's something that seemed a little off balance, and it took me like maybe a minute or so to realize the way that the drums sat in the mix. It was mixed like you were mixing like an R&B, like pop R&B song, and the sax or the piano, like even though he's using more like an organ sound, the sax and the keys was more like a singer. Everything else was like a guitar, meaning it was way down and even, you know, and that's why I started to listen for the drums and stuff. Yeah, you could hear it. You could hear the beater of the kick drum, which, you know, people that don't mix music don't know. They think kick drum is just bass. No, you need that beater, or else you feel the bass, but you don't know where it is. You know, you need that, you know,
Yeah,
way too.
it kind of blends in. I know what you're talking about. I've tried to mix kick drums, and I'm not very good at it.
Yeah, I usually run them parallel and have one for like sub, and then you know, boost the other like around like 1.3K or something. You know, because you need that definition, or else you're going, I feel bass, I don't know where it is though. And speaking of bass, like in this song, the bass player was doing some neat work, and again, since, you know, it was composed, you'd assume that the other players are playing along to a sheet too, but you could hear the bass player doing some really smartly placed fills, like kind of slaps and pops and things, because that like mid-rangey bass tone really fit in well. With the keyboard player, it was interesting because he was using his left hand to give like some chordal musical context. I was wondering how much like some of the mix choice would have overlapped the guitar, because the guitar was just kind of like a shimmer, low mid-range filler, as opposed to
the guitar was probably the lowest thing in the mix. If we had to like pick something out that was, you know, could have been a little bit up, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and
it was very like I feel like the guitar tone was very Alan Holdsworthian, but in a like it was mixed way down, of course. I mean, like on Alan Holdsworth's stuff, it's way up high in the mix. But yeah, that sort of otherworldly, spacey sort of tone.